Hello and welcome. So back to city building again. This is the commercial zone as we left it at the end of the last video. So yeah, growing nicely there. New post office, marvellous. And we got a bigger residential area and some beachfront fun, let's call it, for them to enjoy. But the focus of today, I think, will be this gap here where we can put some farmland. So looking at our indicators, we still got a desire for all industries actually. And just to put a resource map up, we got the ore area, which is, we'll just leave it to get on with whatever it's doing. But we have this lovely farmland area here. And let's do something with it. Now, one thing I forgot to allow for when I was doing the residential area was the farmland does spill over into here, so that's not, unless I want to demolish all this, that's lost now. So we'll just focus on the left side, and I'll have to just be a bit careful about noise as well, since farm can get noisy. So to start with, let's just continue this road down. I'm thinking I want the main farm access to take a separate junction, but we'll still have to use this as an access point for the farmland maybe, or unless I use the lower road actually. There's still some viable farmland here. Right, so this was the 4-lane road, is it? Just that one? That looks like the right one, doesn't it? So since the farmland isn't so great, let's say, there, we'll just... I can use the industrial road again, can't I? I'll just use this as the main farm entrance. Now what seems quite common in the very limited number of farms I've been near is that you get a... Is that straight? Yes. It doesn't look quite right. Get a little turn off, then you get the farmhouse, and then you can have service roads going to everything else. Something like that. So what do I need to do? I've already designated this as an industrial area. So once I put the farming house in, which is probably the only building I can put now, that is now a farm area. So we can do animals, crops, fruit and some storage. Just checking how we're doing on power and water. So there's no power here yet. So just as a temporary measure, we can do... That looks horrible, but we'll just go with it for now. That road is a lot busier than I thought. That's interesting. I mean, this is quite a big site now. It's growing. I mean, it's coping with the traffic, so I'm not overly concerned at the moment, but that might need attention later on. So I think I really want to avoid putting any farm traffic on top of it. So anyway, we've got that. We can put some silos up. How do they look? They're quite small, okay. And they're very noisy apparently. I'm going to reserve a bit of space for now. I don't know what other, shall we say, service buildings that might go around a farmhouse later. So maybe I'll just continue this. No, not that far actually. I'm thinking if I turn the road over now, that will leave quite a bit of space there for farm stuff. What am I doing? There we are. So you have a natural, you know, as you're driving the farm, checking out the farmhouse, whatever. And then this will service the rest of the farm. Something like that. As good or bad as Snap is, it can be annoying at times. Right. So I still haven't put any silos down. We'll come back to that. So fruit. Now this is interesting. I made all that. I'll have to rejig the boundaries a bit there because I think I want all of this to be. We'll have a nice clean dividing line there. So where was the zoning thing for industrial? No, that's the wrong one. Is it this one? It's that one. So we'll just take it to the fence, more or less. I think that'll do. I mean, even though I painted into that area, I can't really use it. And later expansion, maybe go down there, but worry about it later. Okay, these are smaller than I thought. Maybe it's the large ones. Because there will be a bit of dead space at the back. I mean, well, we can put put a service road in and get back there later on if we like. So we'll just start with, say, 4 of these, and if I remember correctly, we can change the appearance. So apples, oranges, pears, greenhouse, you know, one of everything. Do they need any services, or are they okay? Is that polluting? That looks like pollution. You don't want that on your crops. So, okay, I have to be really careful going up to the edge. There is just a tiny bit creeping over there, but we should be okay. You know, got a little gap there. I was thinking I could put a service road there. Some additional units behind it. That might get a little bit close to pollution, which wouldn't be good. Right. So we got some fruit going on, maybe some animals as well. I'm thinking maybe a separate branch coming down here, or should I just continue the road? I mean, it's still a bit square, I suppose, isn't it, this layout? I'll just branch one off there. That could be interesting. Something like that. A little bit close to the border there, actually. Is that straight? Or it's as straight as it's going to be. So is it that one? No, that's crops. Animal pastures. So, okay, can't put it on the outside because that's off the map now. Can have one on the corner. Oh, I see some trucks going already. They need animal feed. Okay, I won't build too many of these just yet. So 1 sheep, 1 pigs for now. I think this is just cosmetic. It doesn't make any difference. But until I get some more food going, that is not going to go well. So where were the storage silos? I mean, you can have a few there, just to get started. But until the crops build up, these won't have any food, or they'll have to import. What's that building here? Fire. Bit of fire coverage, never hurt. Yeah. Whilst this is the main access, I think I'm going to have to use service roads, I think. I'm thinking it could even be a feature just to have a little service bridge to visit this area, as opposed to using that road. Just to keep all the farm stuff self-contained. That could be interesting. Would it be a bridge or would it be it'd be more likely a tunnel, actually, thinking about it more. Because generally speaking, a tunnel will be a lot cheaper to build than a bridge. Or would it be? But a tunnel would be more structurally sound, so if you have heavy farm machinery. How are these doing? They're empty. I'm getting some traffic coming down there. Kind of. Right, you've got a little bit of crops. So that could take a little while. So maybe let's do some other crops as well, because we also had, is it this one? No, it's that one. Crop fields. We haven't put any of these down yet. And I'm thinking I'm going to put these on side roads, not the main road itself. So, again, I don't want it too close to there, but we can probably take it quite close to this road. I'm just trying to get... So if that goes there, the road would have to come along here. Or maybe I should go that way rather than that way. So it's a farm, it doesn't need the best roads. I'm thinking the gravel road will be fine. So, for example, it's not joining on to that. Well, let's just put it down for starters, so I've got something to work off. So I'm thinking, for example, I could do that, and then I can do the same on this side. This is not connected at the moment, I know. So again, it's looking a little bit square if I do that. I'm just no, that would not do. Let's do that then. Wheat and potatoes. Tasty. Yeah, that gives it the right sort of feel, I think. So all these people driving over, they see the farmland next door, but it's not for you. Let's get a few more of these down. Are these just all general crops? Yeah. So it's all cosmetic. Doesn't really matter. My favourite part now, trying to get this spacing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that road needs to go there, if I got it right. No! I hate... The snap moved it just at the last second. So we have wheat, potatoes, cotton and corn. Perfect for a mixed diet there. So how are we doing here? We don't have a flour mill yet. That's probably after the next upgrade. Worker wise, we're not far off. Just need a little bit more. Ooh, this traffic is horrible. That's not good, is it? I'm going to do something about that. We can't have that. That's not good. What do we do about that? I'm thinking one-way road system maybe. Now this is just because it's starting out, so it's probably filling up. Let's just check actually. It's probably, yes. Oh, that's probably why. It's importing because my fields haven't made their own resources yet, so it's importing it. That is a lot of importing. That's what's quite negative, I guess. What is that? It's a rock. Do I want to do anything about it or not? There's not really any smaller roads. Because I could just do a little one-way loop at the end and put this on it. That should help a bit of the traffic maybe. So for example, something like that. Oh, we have the power. Does that help or not? They're still getting in each other's way, aren't they? I'll have a think about it. We can do something about it later if we need to. But these are now growing, both. Do we need a... Oh, we got the population. It's just waiting for the resource then. Okay, we'll leave that going because if we look down here, our industrial demand is declining, which is understandable because we just put a load in. I'm tempted actually just to keep building for now. I'm still thinking an access road from this side to this side, going underneath that would be interesting. It'll be my first tunnel. Tunnel or bridge, which do I go for? A bridge will be more visually interesting, I suppose. Can you have a gravel bridge? That doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, apparently you can. I mean, do I want to do that or not? How steep can I get it? Does it look too steep at some point? That snap is really doing me in. Right. So we got some funky stuff going on there. I can do that apparently, but not that. Is that a good height? How does it look from this side? Yeah, that's kind of okay, isn't it? And down to ground level again. Or near enough ground level. Is that ground level or not? Yeah, it gives a bit of interest, I suppose. You're coming along here doing delivery, you see this access bridge. I've never used a gravel bridge before, so it's quite interesting architecturally. Is that wood? It's called gravel, but that's wood, isn't it? That's a nice little bridge. Even if they built it in a lamppost into it. Yeah, just unfortunate timing there. We'll leave it. So if I want to expand the farm southwards, that gives me the access route. But I won't do it right away. I mean, I might or might not upgrade this to a normal road. Assuming it even lets me. No, I don't want to change the name. It is the same size as a normal road, isn't it? It just looks a bit more rustic, let's say. Right. Like I was saying, we see our industry decline, demand decline. So we should work on a bit more residential. We need more workers. So this area, that school is still doing fine, considering that single school's covering this entire area. And I think it's helped in part because I didn't build this area in one go. It was a little bit over time, so not everyone is hitting the school at exactly the same time. And in the future, hopefully that would also prevent the death waves that you can see in rapidly built cities. What road did I choose there? It's got the world's tiniest cycle path. I don't... No, that doesn't look right, does it? Better-ish. Maybe, kinda. Does that allow parking? It is what it is. Haven't checked in there recently, actually. How's the fish market going? Let's just check in on the fish market. 110 fish sold last week. Don't know if that's good or not. Post office is still doing whatever it does. Let's just check on that. We've got some great coverage in the residential areas. Well, maybe not quite so great there. Bit lacking in the industrial area, but I suppose if you're digging stuff out of the ground, do you really need post service? Shouldn't it just go into the offices or something? It might just be timing, since these are quite newly built. It'll take a bit of time for the traffic to get around. No, no, don't build any more there yet. Let's work on a bit more residential. Now you see I kind of went swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Do I do another swoosh? And there's the farm upgrade. I'm really tempted to build the flour and bakery, even though I just said I don't want any more industry just yet. So we need to make flour. Do we need a flour store of some sort? Or is that a warehouse material? Let's put the barracks down first, because that's just a no-brainer really. Just something near the farmhouse. Now the flour mill, I'm thinking, do I want to put it so close to the entrance? Actually, this would be a bit more pollution tolerance, let's say, so I can put this right up to the industrial area. I mean, there's only a tiny bit of pollution there, I suppose. Do I want a straight fence though? In which case that pollution doesn't matter anyway. Or do I want to... How did I do the zones? I kind of did creep into there. So if I want a flour mill, I'm going to have to put the road roughly there. Oh, there it is. I was thinking, like, why can't I build? Something like that. You'll have your materials soon enough. I think the bigger storage structure, I mean these look nice, but the bigger storage structures probably make more sense. Like the barn. Not the cattle shed, this one. Small barn. Yeah, that's still a traffic nightmare, isn't it? I should space these out maybe. If I have little gaps that could do with detailing, I can move it there later. Yep, that's going now. Now, did I say I want a generic warehouse? That's small. That's massive. I'm thinking... my original thinking was maybe just somewhere to put the flour. I could extend that road a bit more, I suppose, couldn't I? Do I want somewhere to store flour, basically? So they make flour. You can store it in a warehouse next door. I mean, maybe this is better placed elsewhere, wherever it's consumed, rather than where it's generated later on. But we'll leave it like that for now. It's quite tempting to join this road together, and then we have a giant loop kind of around the farm. I don't know. Right, enough distractions on the farm. I was going to build some more residential here, wasn't I was thinking, you know, just how do I want to do this? Now, this is prime seafront area. Was it also mining area? Where was that? No. Yeah. Oil, not mining, oil. But I think that's far enough away. I'm not going to do that much there. It's probably better if I wait for the next map, unlock square, and then I can build it down here. So I'm not going to use that one. I could leave this forest as well, just undisturbed, just as a sort of like a local feature. Maybe turn that into one of the parks later on. Do I want to park yet? Maybe a little city park here, just to give an extra bit of feature. You've got a beach, but you can also have a park. Would that be nice? Because I'm just thinking I don't want to overdo the residential. Give a bit of space. Yep, the parks are unlocked, so I could just dedicate a bit of a structured park here, a city park. Unless I want to build it in the old town area, which I didn't leave space for. Okay, we'll do it here. So yeah, just a small city park about here maybe. And I'll just didn't change the road types again. Right, let's fix that. Is that going to be too boring if I do it straight? Is that following the other road now? Something like that, and then give it a bit of a... So that's going to be the city park now. And I did say I'm thinking of making this into a recreational area of sorts, maybe a national park. Is there enough room there? There's lots of trees, I suppose. So there will only be a band of housing in here. Actually, it probably would be not bad if I just branch some roads off here and then you join up the ends of a footpath over there. It would also break up the pattern a little bit. So yeah, I'm on the bendy road. Something like that. Can I go one? Snap is good and bad at times, isn't it? Something like, no, a bit more further over. Is that going to collide at just a tiny bit? It'll be okay. I might have to do a two-parter on this one. So something like, I don't know, it won't... Or who says it has to join onto there? I can just do a total curveball and join it down there. That angle is horrible. No. Yeah. So just a little bit more that way. Yeah, something like that. Now, I'm hoping to hit 6,000 soon. That should unlock the next group of city upgrades, which should help as well. I can't remember what's in them now, but I think there's lots of stuff I thought was going to be useful, but locked behind it. You can just do a little footpath joining all this together. Let's do that one actually, just to make it a bit less rigid. Can I do that? Or should I? Yeah, that's okay. And then hopefully I can just do a straight join to these. So people can walk around the trees and still have some more. Well, it doesn't actually go anywhere, does it? Unless I want to do maybe a second commercial area somewhere around here. That's getting quite far now, so maybe another one for easier access off this side. How are we doing? Let's turn the speed up a bit. Maybe people will move in then. So we've got water. We don't have power, but hopefully that again that can bridge over somehow. Yep, they're moving in. And the power is bridged. That's fine. So we'll just let them get on with it for a bit. Actually, while they're moving in, let's do that park. The world's tiniest little park. Can I do something interesting in that much space? Got to find out. So we're going to do a city park. We're going to do a small gate because I think this one's just massively overkill for that size. So the small main gate, probably put it on the corner here. But we can put some side gates in just for easier access for the other people. So probably thinking one on the side here. And one, I don't know. So this gives the beach access, and it's going to be the main entrance, I think. Well, it is the main entrance. I set it up as one. I'll put one part way along there, and do I want to put it? Oh, that has to go on that side. I don't think people in the house will want it directly facing them. At least this one will have a little bit more gap, I suppose. Oh, we want. Let me put it there. Space already occupied. It's a road. So it's okay there, but it's not okay there. How does that work? Must be something funny about the way the road is curving. I'll put one down here. Alright. There's a little bit of a slope there. I can put some fencing around it. That will just enclose it up. So what park facilities do we do? A plaza. So just somewhere as a central feature, I suppose. I'll do that last. A cafe. So the cafe and restrooms in the roof. get some paths in, that might help to start with. So this is a straight road for now, or straight path even. No, I don't want it bridging to the outside. If I remember correctly, that causes problems with people not using the gates. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. Something like that. Probably want a bit of a sharper turn, just so that we don't lose too much space. Something like that. And then maybe just one going... That node snapping. Something like... Yeah, that's not looking too funky, is it? Let's see how it looks once we put some buildings in. So we have the cafe and the restrooms. They can go quite close together. So I'm thinking a little side path off there just to access both of those. No, I said side path, not side road. What am I doing? No, the only concern I have is... Nope, that's too close. I don't want it bridging over. So back a little step there. That'll do. So we have the cafe. Just not quite giving any boost to the housing. Never mind. And the restroom. You don't want it too close, but it's generally going to be close to the cafe, isn't it? The info booth can come down the bottom here somewhere. Is that going to fit in the corner? It will fit in the corner. So basically, what have we got? We need a bit more of a feature, a reason for people to visit here, because otherwise it's just a path and a bit of grass. Now, plaza as a central location. And that slope is horrible. No, let's move it. I think maybe opposite the... That slope is... Yeah. Maybe this area wasn't the best after all. Is it flatter on there? We'll put it on. Alright, one more try. And because of the curve, I can't do it without demolishing something on that path. So the other alternative is more path. It's going to make it a bit... No. Path. That one. Can I do that? Now can I move that there? That slope. How bad was it there? Incredibly bad. I mean, that's almost looking flat. And we hit 6,000. But I'm going to do all that later because I still want to put that in a nice spot and I haven't found a nice spot. I mean, look, that edge is fairly flat, isn't it? Why didn't I get that when I tried putting it here last time? I'm going to have to... I'm going to leave it like that, I think. That is just ugly. But I'd get rid of that internal path from that. Yeah, this is not my best park, is it? What other points of interest have we got? Probably not a lot at this point. I mean, that's just decoration. I'll do that last, once we get more stuff in. I mean, a fence will help a bit, I suppose, wouldn't it? If we just... Don't make me use the bendy tool. I am not good at the bendy tool. This is where I wish I used mods. I mean, the snap feature doesn't help either. Can I curve that, or is that just too short? I'll just straight piece that. You know, it just gives a bit of definition, I suppose, doesn't it? Oh, that is going to be horrible. I'm trying to get the curve around there. So if I got the right of it, I'll just follow the path to where roughly it joins there. Oh, that'll do. Again, the hill is making that look, yeah, rather not good. And then just straight piece that. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? I should curve that. I'm going to try. I might fail, but I have to try. Go away. It just makes it look a bit more intentional, I suppose, rather than just a straighter piece there. I could almost put something there, like a little bench or something. A sign? Just bearing in mind this is outside the park, but it can still be decorative, couldn't it? How do you rotate again? Shows you how often I use it. Right, another slight bendy path. No! It's not very bendy if I forget to pick the bendy button. Just trying to get the right sort of curve, but that's not too bad, is it? You know, if I just get some placeholders in, I might not be getting all the corners, but it'll do. I think that's okay for a straight bit. Is that straight enough? That's not straight enough. Very, very slight curve. I mean, I could... I'm just thinking, how much... Oh, that'll do. If you go to end for builders around here, that's probably what you end up with. Oh, I missed a bit there. Is that straight? Not quite. Just a very slight bend. A bit less slight than that. Close enough. Like I said, it's not the best park. What do we need? We have enough entertainment. We just need to wait for the visitors to go through. It's not worth 10. Oh, it's not worth 10 currency units, is it? Okay, how are we doing on the indicators? We still need more residential, so all this is taken up already. How is this school too far away even? It's not full, but I am concerned the distance might be a bit far for these people to get to now. Let's just give the city a quick health check. Electricity, I'm going to have to start looking at another power source soon. Water is fine, garbage should be okay. School, I might have to build a second high school. University, I should build at some point. Just out of interest, what have I unlocked them yet? Yes, I have. Like I was saying in the last video, I'm thinking I would just use the original game University to start with, because I think this is too small a place for a major campus, unless that is a focus. And I don't feel this is a big enough area yet for that. So just a small university resource, but I probably also need a high school. Now, where do I put them? Now, I need a high school on this part of the map, but the university could go anywhere. Do I want to put it in the old area or the new area? Don't have a huge amount of space here, but for example, I could just... It's a self-contained building essentially, isn't it? So I could just plonk it down here. How's the traffic doing there? That might need a bit of work later on. Next to the fish market, unless it's the... What options have we got again? Just a normal university or the Technology Institute. Technology Institute and fish market don't sound like a good match to me. This city as a whole doesn't feel like a very high-tech city yet. It's industrial. I just started some farmland. So I'm just going to go for... Would the old university just squeeze in there? I'll lose a house. I got a lot more space here, of course. And I need a high school as well anyway, so I'm thinking, you know, it could be a 2-for-1 sort of deal. Just a little branch road here, high school, university. It'll have decent access. So I'm thinking maybe just a little access road here, maybe. Put snap back on. I don't know how much. Oh. I was just saying I don't know how much length I need. That firehouse could move. That's I think I chose that location for coverage of the industrial areas as well. But it's not really essential. University, where are you? Just a normal one. It's quite big actually, isn't it? I'll put it on that side maybe. And then another high school. Or do I want the... That's the alternative to the high school, isn't it? An arty one. Should we have one of those? It's done. So it'll take a little while, but that should hopefully balance with the one on the other side. Now this junction, like I said before, may or may not need a bit of work, because that could be a major choke point. Oh, there's lots of people walking. Interesting. You know, maybe I need to increase the road capacity to 6 lanes. Not that they ever use the lanes when you give them more lanes. Right, that's had a little bit of time now. It's slowly growing. University, hardly anyone at all. I don't know if I need better transport. Speaking of which, I did build a bus depot, didn't I? I mean, is that even worth having? Where does that go again? I can't remember. I just did a loop around the old area. I mean, they are being used, but it's not doing an awful lot to the traffic. I'm thinking it might be more useful to have one that just loops between the old area and the new area. What have I got around there? So probably, which way round would be better for traffic flow? Let's do another bus route. So we'll have a stop by the school and university. We'll go down to the commercial area. No, should have. No, it's all going wrong. How do I fix this? Right, let's start again. We have one by the school area. We have one kind of on the edge of the industrial residential area. Where is going to cause the most traffic? I just don't know if those are a bit close together. Then we go all the way across over here into this side's commercial area. And because of the word on the roads, it's going to have to just something like this, you know, the people can have a bit of and then back there to complete the loop. We'll see how that goes. Let's give these a name. Oh. And a different colour so that you can actually tell them apart. It'll take a little while for that to stabilise itself, as it were. Yep, so school capacity is getting quite a bit higher there. Some university stuff going on. Got massive residential demand, so maybe I'll just build a little bit more down here before wrapping up. Now I'm wondering if I've built myself into a corner here, because this area is only serviced by that bit of road, whereas at least the rest have a bit more choice to it. So if I continue down this way with this single track, well, single normal road, this could get a bit busy. So to avoid that, maybe I should just expand into this area here. So again, it's quite close to the school, so that's quite a logical location for the road to continue. I don't know, do I want a third connection maybe? Or not. Because I think a road parallel to the main road is a bit redundant. Whereas if I do an access road here, I can join onto, say, maybe there, so that will give people another option. Oh, the park's level up. I can build a chessboard, and you saw how much fun I had trying to find a flat space last time. That is not going to be great. So I'm thinking a straightish road down here. Just try to get a nice amount of bend, but not too much. So this is in part just to, you know, again, just to prevent the excessive grid structure I tend to end up with. So maybe a little path there, and then we can just join this up with a footpath, so that people from this area can get to the schools easily. Now, do I want to join onto there? Yeah, something like that maybe. Just a straight-ish path to the main road, and then that can just join there. Okay, they don't need a connection, they can just walk down there to get to the schools. Those power lines need to go. What's the connectivity like around here? So if I take that line out, I have to make a new connection here first. I can fix that later. So hopefully we got the we got the full housing zone back. No, did not want to do that. Let's try that again. So can I get a loop kind of parallel to that one? What's the appropriate amount of... That's not bad, is it? Oh, yeah, something like that. And I think I will put a little footpath in here. Just to give it a little bit of interest point. And then just a straight one to join onto there maybe. Yeah, that'll do. Again, that just gives us a bit more path option to get to this area. I mean, I could just go down there, but that would give... It might help, it might not help. It's done. Oh, high density. Is that what I was looking for? I won't add it to this area, but I think when I start building the next residential area, high density is going to be an option. And these people will have the lovely forest views, except these ones might not if I build something else there later. Come on, I can click. I can still click. I mean, there's still more areas I can obviously fill with housing, but I won't do it all in one go. Is that the school? I'm just thinking distance wise, do I need a separate one still? Yeah, you can't complain about not having enough housing now. Demand is right down. Small industrial, bit more commercial. I'm thinking I need a high density commercial zone somewhere, because we've got a lot of people now, and I'm thinking, you know, maybe just I might have to unlock this area next. Won't do it right now, and just give them a high density commercial area to shop in. Small shops are okay to an extent. That was the other option I had, wasn't it? Which is maybe a small residential commercial area there. So let's just quick check. Tons of capacity in university. Decent amount of college. How's the bus route doing? How's both bus routes doing? Okay, so that second one I can't spell. Crossing. That's a lot busier. That needs more buses. I'm just guessing at the moment how many I actually need, but yeah, there's a lot of people wanting to get on at this stop, which is... Oh, okay, that's interesting. It's probably the nearest one to all the residential area, so that could be a contributing factor. That traffic is building up a bit there. Again, that's something I'm going to have to watch out for. This area could be a major bottleneck. Is this even worth having? The old line, the new line, I'll put more buses on, it's still not enough. There's still more people wanting to move there than the buses have capacity for. Would they use the whole loop, I wonder? Because I'm not making the loop go both ways for this bus route, I'm only going one direction. Would it help if I had an equal and opposite one? We'll do the. Let's do that as the last thing for this. I think this video is getting quite long now. So we'll just go the opposite direction. So I don't want the bus stops too close to each other, so maybe one there. One there. So we go across. I've got to follow the green line in. Oh, I'm getting confused now. Yeah, I've got to go this way, which is already somewhat serviced. Again, I don't want to overlap the bus stops either. So maybe there. One there. One there. And loop back again. Do I want another stop here somewhere? It may or may not cause traffic chaos later, but I've done it now. So that's the reverse of the other one. So let's just give it a little time, see how it settles down. So not too popular. Is it just not going where people want it to go? So let's just zoom out a bit. Oh no, I changed the wrong name, haven't I? What a muppet, that's the old one. And this is even worse, no one's using it. Do they all want to go the other direction? You know, I've got plenty of stops around there. I've got some stops around here, including that is the commercial area. Oh, I didn't put a stop there. Can I add? I'll put it on there just to see if that helps a bit. It's fairly close to that stop anyway, just to give a bit more access to the university area. Okay, it was just a bit slow. It's a slow burner. We're getting some numbers now, but nowhere near the ones on the other one. So that bus will be full, then they won't pick up them. I think it's just a slow grower. Yeah, it's building up. So whichever stop that is getting busy. So that's the commercial zone returning to the other side of the river. You know, sometimes these things take a little bit of time to sort themselves out. I think I'm gonna increase the bus count already. Let's just try that. Because this one is not going to, you know, if all the buses are full before it gets there, these aren't going to be happy people. Is there a bus stuck somewhere? Oh no, they're moving now. Oh, we got a bus jam. It'll sort itself out eventually. It's when you first move the slider, I think it just sends out all the extra buses and they all go at the same time. So given a bit of time it'll spread out, even a load a bit, it'll be fine. One last check, yeah, we've got some decent numbers now. I can refine the exact number of buses later, but they're mostly full, not too many, we're not seeing people build up, that's fine. So that's the reverse loop. So the original loop, I might, maybe I could reduce the bus numbers slightly now. I think because I put the opposite line in, it's taking some of the load off this one. Like every change you make impacts everything else, and you just have to give it a little time to stabilise. Yeah, there's a bit of capacity in this area. I'll leave it as it is for now. You know, it's feeling much more busy, isn't it, as a general city? So one last check. We're okay on high school places. University is just is. And with the additional residential I put in a second ago here, you know, we're still getting some good demand, but everything's fairly balanced. Yeah, it's not bad, is it? Oh, okay. I'm out of power, aren't I? I'm out of power. I was going to end the video then, but we have to fix this. This has to be fixed. So coal or oil? I think oil is slightly better, isn't it? It's just a bit more powerful. We've got quite a large noise and pollution zone, and I'm out of space in my industrial area. Ooh, geothermal. Solar. Solar is always good. Bit of noise pollution, but at least it's not land pollution. That'll do. We're high tech now. Loads of power. Water's okay. Garbage okay. Schools okay. How are we doing education wise? Just being curious. So we're getting some coverage, and I can start doing some office buildings maybe next time. Okay, I think that's enough building for one day. Thanks for watching and see you next time.